welcome back to my channel. Today we are here again to read a wonderful book. Nothing really special about this book, just the big title grasped my eyes because every human being and every child matters on this earth. So as soon as I saw this book, I was like, this reminded me of the whole indigenous residential school story, and I thought, why not read it? So let's read this book together. So the first page is like all of these type of indigenous languages, which I thought was cool. But I think they all are saying every child matters, which is really nice. So every child matters. And Phyllis Webstad was like the girl who was wearing the orange shirt on the first day of her residential school, and the shirt got taken away, and that's how the story was like made, right? So let's begin. Since time immemorial, indigenous peoples have lived on Turtle Island celebrating, practicing, and honoring our own indigenous cultures. Since time immemorial, our dances have been danced, our songs have been sung, our languages have been spoken. Since time immemorial, our teachings have been honored, our ceremonies have been loved, our cultures have been practiced, our families have been together. For many years, indigenous peoples have been told that our way of life was wrong and that we should change who we are. A system was created to stop us from being who we are and who we were meant to be, indigenous peoples. It was called the residential school system. Because of residential schools, thousands of indigenous children were made to leave their homes and families, were forced to stop speaking their languages. At residential school, thousands of indigenous children were stripped off their identity, felt afraid and alone, like they did not matter. At residential school, our dances were banned, our songs were silenced, our languages were quieted, and our teachings were stripped. Our ceremonies were attacked, our cultures were shamed, and our children were taken away. My name is Phyllis, and I am one of those children. When I was 6 years old, my granny bought me a brand new orange t-shirt for my first day of school. I wore my orange t-shirt with excitement. I got on the bus and I was taken to the residential school 2 hours away from my home and my family. When I arrived, my special orange t-shirt was taken away and never returned to me. My hair was cut. I could not live with my family. I felt alone and confused. I felt unloved and uncared for. No one explained why I could not go home. It was a very difficult time. I felt like I did not matter. After 300 sleeps, I finally went home. Thousands of children were not as lucky as me. For a long time, I believed I did not matter, and I was not the only one. Today, I know that's not true. Now I know that I have the right to walk on this earth and breathe this air as much as anyone else. Nobody is better or less than me. I matter. Look at how this is like the dark side and this is like the gloomy side she's going to. She's saying she's very lucky and that all the people in the bus are very lucky and the other kids were still at that residential school. Even with residential schools in our history, we will continue to dance our dances, sing our songs, speak our languages, uphold arts teachings. Even with the residential schools in our history, we will continue to love our ceremonies, practice our cultures, and keep our families united. We remain strong. We remain resilient. We survived. We matter. Every child matters. If you're a survivor of a residential school, that's her. Well, now she's growing up. You matter. If you're a family member of a residential school survivor, you matter. For the children who did not come home, you matter. The child inside each and every one of us matters. You matter. No matter what color on the medicine wheel you are, you matter. Every child matters in the past, the present, and in the future. Every child matters. So, the biggest thing we got out of that book is that even after whatever happened to the indigenous people, the message was that we all matter and we are all going to be happy now. See you guys later. Bye!